chewing on some ice. I guess we better tell everyone
Cheers.
what we're drinking. Cheers.
We are drinking a special cocktail that I concocted. It's called the Lockie's Cocky.
Lockie's Cocky. It's a modified
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule. We weren't prepared with the right ingredients.
We're going to be doing a reels of it so you can see what we
Check
did.
it out. Yeah.
Nothing too complicated. It's
But
delicious. Do you like it?
It's quite nice. It's a Sunday afternoon.
And it's a long weekend.
And it's a rainy long weekend.
I know.
It's hard to get motivated when it's rainy.
We don't need to be motivated. It's Sunday on a long weekend.
But you can still do things.
Yeah, and we are. We're podcasting and drinking booze. What's it like? What do you want?
No, I couldn't agree more, but that's motivation because we had to...
The cocktail is our motivation.
We had to make the cocktail.
Yeah, and now
We
we're going to
could've
need
eaten-
another one soon. These glasses are very
could've-
small. I'm already
could've-
halfway through.
We could have very easily just drank scotch on the rocks or red wine, which is straight from the bottle. We made this.
We also have a lovely cheese platter here. We've got some ash brie. And also, this is my favourite cheese ever. It's, actually, I don't even know what kind of cheese it is. But it's like a hard cheese.
Cheese, it's good though.
It's a truffle cheese. And it's just so good.
Anything with truffle. You put truffle on anything, you're winning.
Yeah.
Like, you could make
obsessed.
the worst pasta or meal of all time, which is what I've been known to do. Finish it with truffle and everyone's like, oh my God.
Yeah, have a nibble.
What is it? Thank you.
Um,
I'm a pretty loud eater though because I can't breathe through my nose. So for everyone listening, this is going to be a rough experience for you. Fantastic for me because it's truffle.
yeah,
Delicious.
it's so delicious.
We've had
Is it
a...
manchego? Is that how you say it? Manchego?
I don't actually know.
Oh, we should look it up.
We should have done our research before we jumped on here. We're like, let's do it. But we're both excited. We've had a pretty exciting couple of weeks.
Non-stop, really.
Had our first guests on, which was amazing, and you guys would have heard that episode by now already. What do you think? We got another exciting guest coming up next week for you. We've launched our Instagram page. We've got a YouTube, which is going to show snippets, like 3-minute snippets from the show, which you guys can check out. We've got the full videos, which is even more exciting, but that's for our Patreon. So we've launched a Patreon. So if you guys want exclusive bonus content, if you want to just support us so we can at the moment we're filming on iPhones. We're doing this in our living room. We probably
need a studio.
I actually put, for those who are watching on Patreon, you can see this little bit of wall art in the corner because I thought I would liven up the room.
The corner?
The corner, yes.
We just gave away our cactus because I can't look up.
Yeah, I was like, fair play, get rid of that cactus. Amy's like, should we drop it over to Mum or Linda's? It's like, yep. Never would. Like, we're the first people to
poor
probably
cactus.
kill a cactus. And then...
I mean, it survived, but we just didn't want to repot it. And every time I go away, I feel so bad. It was looking really sad. And my mum has this beautiful garden. All the plants, she's got cactus, and they're all looking great. So I was like, you need to go to a better home. So cacti's gone to a better home.
It's done. It's moved on to bigger and better things. This, we should actually, before we cue the intro, which everyone has listened to a couple of times now.
Should we talk about the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should.
So the song is called Couple Goals, fittingly. The song came before the podcast. I've released it under my solo project, Amy Sheppard, and I actually wrote it with the Wolf Brothers, who are this Aussie duo. They're brothers. Their last name is Wolf, and they are great guys. They're so fun. And
fair dinkum, they are unreal.
They're from Tassie, and I flew down there to write some songs with them back in 2019, and Couple Goals was one of the songs that we wrote. And I just thought it was so fitting to use on this podcast.
And whenever there's a relationship song, I just assume it's about me.
Of course. It's always about you, Lockie.
So it
even
makes
the breakup
me feel
ones.
good. Oh, Howie. Saving them for a future time, are you?
Yeah.
You got something you want to share?
I'm just kidding.
Next, this is our last podcast episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give a big shout out to the Wolf Brothers for allowing us to use the song. Obviously, it's not just easy to use any song you want on a podcast. Like, you have to get licensing and publishing, the publishers involved so everybody can approve the song. And just wanted to say thank you the Wolf Brothers and their publishers
For letting us use
it. So yeah, go check out the song, save it on Spotify.
Do all of that.
Get it on Apple.
And we're bootlegging because we put our audio over the top of it, cut it a little bit, and then drag the couple goals past, which I really like. So we should probably cue that now and let it play. Sweet. So your goal last week.
Remind me, what were our goals? So our couple goals last week. So I wasn't allowed to use my phone in bed.
Yeah. And how did you do with that?
I did okay on some nights. There was a couple of nights there where I didn't use my phone. Maybe 2 out of the 7.
2?
2 or 3.
You've been generous. I think I can count it on one finger.
No, 2. I think there was 2 nights because the very early morning, I didn't use my phone then.
Yep.
Yeah, so haven't been going all that well, but I just find that it's so... I'm going and going and going all day and I never get... And even when we come home, like we're together, which is great, we need that time, but then I never get a moment to myself. So that's what I love.
What could we do for that? How could we give you a moment to yourself?
And I don't want to come out to the lounge room all by myself. I get scared.
What about
There's
the spare
ghosts and stuff, you know?
Oh my goodness. What's your favourite ghost story at the moment?
Oh, okay. I listened to this other podcast called Real Life Ghost Stories. And it's just like a podcast you can listen to when you, I don't know, doing your makeup or whatever. You don't have to really concentrate.
Every time I walk into the kitchen, it's blaring.
I'm obsessed.
And then you go, I'm so scared I cannot sleep.
Up.
I'm like, I don't get the logic behind it.
Oh my God. Who else out there loves Ghost Story? I'm obsessed. It's just really interesting. Like people have actually gone.
What have you thought about dahmer?
Oh my goodness. We're watching dahmer.
It's a pretty hectic dahmer, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God. There goes the pun king again. Look, it gives me the ick. You know, it's just.
What do you mean by the ick?
Oh, you just have a bad feeling after. If you haven't seen it, it's about a serial killer called Jeffrey Dahmer. He's very infamous serial killer.
To be honest, I had never heard of him.
I can't believe that because I have. I mean, but I'm a true crime paranormal junkie.
You're like a spiritual gangster.
I'm not really. Like, I don't know. I just like that kind of content. In terms of like, no, but I don't have like crystals and all that stuff.
No, thank goodness. If you had crystals, you're moving out. Charged your crystals on the balcony?
I do have a crystal. I
got
a couple of crystals, but
and you have charged it on one full moon once.
I wouldn't just in case.
Just to check. And did it work?
I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a spiritual gangster, but
I wouldn't call you that either.
I do love like listening to true crime and paranormal stuff.
We listened to a wild one the other night. Was it the true crime one with the police officer?
Okay, that's another story. My favorite YouTuber is called Mr. Bolin, and he is an incredible storyteller. Really, like he's very good at telling. He does true crime and
supernatural sort of stuff.
Some supernatural stuff, just like weird, creepy stories and. Yeah, I'm obsessed with him as well. So check him out on YouTube and Real Life Ghost Stories on Spotify. So it's just, I don't know, it's creepy and it's intriguing for me. So we're watching dahmer.
I need to listen to more of that.
Yeah.
Just to think outside my realm.
Well, it's just like, I don't know, it's fun. And so we're watching dahmer and I don't know, I'm in two minds about it because it's very, very sad.
It's hard to put into words how it makes you feel because there are some gruesome things, but it's just this feeling you get it's like you just feel like it's such an intense situation.
Oh my gosh.
The actor is incredible.
Is incredible. The filming, I think it's going to win a ton of awards if it hasn't already.
It has to, yeah.
But
what scares me is there's probably people out there who are like him
right now,
who are super fanning over him.
That's the thing that kind of doesn't sit well with me is that kind of glorifies these
serial killers.
Yeah, and then now he's more famous than he already was. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know if he's dead yet because I haven't even Googled him yet. I'm still waiting to the end of the show, so don't tell me.
I know all about him, but yeah, and it's sad for the families to have to relive it. I'm sure that something like this Netflix series coming out isn't
ideal,
you know, just would bring up a lot of old memories. And I doubt that
It's what, 30 years old since
Yeah, I
Dahmer
think
was
it was,
caught?
yeah, in the 90s.
I was just a spring chicken.
So, but it wasn't that long ago. Like I know that Dahmer's parents are still alive. His dad's still alive, at least.
Fuck.
Anyway,
That is
horrible,
sad.
horrible for everybody involved.
Let's
Anyway.
lighten it up a bit. I don't even know how
But
we
that's
got
just,
there.
Well, that's just what we're watching at the moment. So it's
Yeah. If you want to feel scared,
the ick.
if you just want a bit of drama in your life, and now that Neighbours is gone, it's not on Australian TV.
It's the same feeling you get if you watched
If you knew you were being stalked.
what's the Korean show?
If you were walking down the street, what's a Korean?
Red light, green light.
Yeah, what is that show called?
I've
And
just gone blank.
Mr. Beast reenacted it. Oh my goodness.
All our listeners are like yelling.
Yeah,
at
they're
us.
like, can you please send us a message with what it is? Because I cannot for the life of me remember what it is.
It'll come to me.
Yeah,
but,
it will come to you.
That's the same feeling after I watched that. It's the same feeling of just yeah.
You just need to.
Except that was fake and Dahmer's actually happened. So that's the difference.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway. Yikes. We need to watch something more positive.
I know something positive. George sent me a video the other day. I sent it to you on your phone. Can you because I'm bootlegging and I'm actually filming on my iPhone, so I don't have it handy. On your Instagram, there should be a video message there.
From who? You?
From me, yeah. From me.
Oh.
I'd be worried if it... Yeah, Reels.
Okay.
And for those who can't watch this, if you're not obviously in the Patreon group watching this, we'll post it on we'll reshare it on
Do I play it now?
Yeah. Watch it. I didn't realise I don't have it linked through the thing. But essentially...
I'll just play. Maybe they can hear this.
I'll play it through
little bit.
your headpiece there.
I'll just play the opening line.
Hey, babe. Go get the kids ready for bed, read them a book and all that good stuff, and then come on back downstairs that way we can hang out. You know what I mean? Yeah? Okay.
All right.
So George sent me this video the other day, and that's the intro of it. And it's this lady looking through at her husband and saying what she just said, which, I feel like is a position of power for a female in the relationship when they go, hey, you want to do this for me? And hey, we'll get freaky later on. And George sent it through to me, and it's like, the rest of it's like, put the kids to bed, read them their bedtime, and come meet me. And this guy is like running down the hallway with all the books in his hands at like Usain Bolt pace. And then his speed reading is hilarious. It's a skit from a film where Kevin Hart's just looking at him like an extremely confused man because he's like, and that's him reading his pages. And I was like, I can feel that.
It would have been funnier if she was like asleep by the time he finished.
Or maybe that's what happened because he read about 3 books at speed reading. But it was hilarious because I'm like, man, I've had that used against me multiple times.
When? I'd never blackmail you with
I wouldn't say
sex.
that's
What
black.
the hell?
Whoa.
When did I do it? Name a time. Silence.
Maybe if that's how you got me into cleaning the dishes.
Bullshit.
It's like 8 years ago. I don't remember the specific details of the event, but 8 years ago happened. And all of a sudden now I wash the dishes every night.
That's just out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah.
Because that's what adults do.
Mm-hmm. In relationships.
But it was a very funny reels.
It is a hilarious reel. So yeah, we'll make sure that's up on Instagram today because it's a good bloody laugh. Car broke down. Anyway, going from a high to a low again. Last night, so Amy played the let me put my thumbprint on there.
Thank you. Sorry, Lockie's laptop is
So
closed.
Yeah, last night or yesterday, Amy, you played Savannah in the Round, which is a rodeo. I think it is a rodeo.
It is. It's a festival.
Did you see any rodeo?
No, I didn't. I kind of just drove because I had to fly in. It was a very early start. Had to get up at. We had to get up at 3:30.
Let's talk about support in a relationship. 3:30, we were both up.
Yeah, but you're an early bird who gets the worm. You know.
Well, you were up early. Did you get my worm?
I'm the early bird that doesn't get the worm.
I didn't give you any worm that early.
I'm an early bird that don't want the worm.
I was still defrosting. Oh my word.
Oh my worm.
Oh my worm. Jeez. It was too early for me even then yesterday.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like getting up in the middle of the night and there were still people partying.
Oh, this is the one time
like
Amy wants to go to bed early and there was an absolute rager on. somewhere in our apartment complex, like just heavy music.
It was like
We went
in the next apartment, but on our level. So it was like basically our next door neighbours in the other building were having pre-drinks because we were trying to go to bed at 8:30.
which is
Impossible.
awesome.
I'm like,
Like, shut up! Stop having fun. We're trying to go to sleep.
oh, annoying. Anyway, we put on some. We tried the
White noise.
white noise, which actually worked quite a treat.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Kind of drowned out the noise a bit.
It did-
Anyways, we got up at 3:30. Lockie got up with me because I needed someone to drive me to the airport because it's kind of hard to get Ubers and cabs at that time.
You owe me one.
Yeah, I do. Well, do I? I feel like I have
Tit for
helped
tat.
you.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways, yeah, early start. It literally felt like it is the middle of the
Well,
night.
the night before, I was like, look, I'm going to be that supportive partner. I'm going to get up with you and drive you to the airport. Oh, make you a coffee, drive you to the airport, come back home, go to sleep for a few hours. What happened? I got up, we both sort of defrosted in bed for a moment, made the coffees, all that sort of stuff, drove you to the airport, got home, had like a 40-minute nap because I couldn't get to sleep for too long, and then my day kicked off. But when I woke up, all I was thinking was, fuck, why did I agree to get up? It was almost a regret.
Almost.
Almost.
But I'm worth it.
You're worth it. Maybelline. Maybe you're... What is it? I don't even know.
Because you're worth it. What
Yeah.
is that?
It's a hair shampoo.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one, but it was one of them.
Because you're worth it. Oh, our brains aren't working.
How
Is
good
it
at
the
marketing?
these must be strong cocktails. I can't remember anything.
I think I just struggle to remember things anyway.
Because you're worth it. L'Oreal? I don't know.
Something.
Anyways,
Get in touch with us about that one as well. We need that too, please.
can you remember that Netflix show yet?
No. To be honest, I stopped thinking about it.
Anyway.
Do you want me to Google? I can Google it. You carry on with the conversation with where you were at for the Savannah and the round
So
off.
yeah, went to this festival. We drove, got there, flew in, and the festival's in Mariba, so it's an hour out of Cairns. So you fly into Cairns and then you drive an hour, and then I kind of did we accidentally took a wrong turn and ended up in the campers grounds.
Squid Games.
Squid Games. Oh,
Boom. Thank you, Google.
of course. So we ended up in the campers ground. Amazing what people, they get really creative with their campsites. Like everyone was like naming their campsite.
Really?
It was like tribes.
What was the craziest name you saw?
Oh, I can't remember. No, it was just mostly like last names and like.
Stuart. Site Stuart.
But I thought that was really cool. And someone had a pool, like a blow up
Really?
size pool. Yeah.
That must have been for their morning ice baths and
Yeah, right.
stuff to get
It's
over the
probably an
hangover.
esky.
Yeah, true, or a big esky. It was hot up there, yeah?
Hot. It was like over 30 degrees, just so muggy up North Queensland. I love it. That's the kind of environment I love. But when you're performing, it's like performing in a sauna.
Steaming.
Sweating.
You get a bit of butt sweat.
Of course, sweating everywhere. Like in 1 sec. Before I went on stage, I had the sweat beads coming out of my makeup.
From your nose to your toes and everything in between.
Yup.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Walking in gumboots.
But anyway, everyone's in the same boat, so you might as well just go for it. Yeah, so that was a great festival. It was so much fun. It's really nice seeing, because at the moment nobody knows any of my songs that well. Like they might know one or two.
To be fair, your songs are Home to Me is booming.
Oh, thank you.
I was checking it. I'm like an obsessive numbers person. Like I just love numbers. It's my weird fetish. Like some people love making cocktails like you've just done here. Other people
Some
are into like
true crime and paranormal.
Some people like true crime. I love numbers. It gets me off. When you're away, numbers.
Weird.
I know. But then when I look at your numbers and like see trends and patterns, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. And Home to Me is buzzing.
Yeah, so it was really nice to see. Like I'm not really expecting like a huge crowd, because I only have a couple of songs out and people are still getting to know who I am as a solo artist. But the tent was full and I was so excited to see the buzz that I guess we've created with the whole Nothing But Wild, the music, Nothing But Wild Blue guitar, the campaigns I've been doing, the hard work I've been doing is starting to pay off. And everyone was sitting down though on camp chairs because I think it's just so hot.
That's like my kind of festival because I'm not a dancer.
I mean, there's kids. It's a family festival. I
What-
was like,
what-
no. Y'all better get up. This is a party. This is a festival. So,
You're not sitting here looking at me, you old people.
which is fun. No,
No,
that's
I'm kidding. It's just a lot of lockies. If there's
you would be
chairs,
sitting down.
yeah, if there's chairs, Liam and I are like, seat. Yeah, mate.
So there was
let's
like
go seat.
the tent was full, but all with chairs, and then there was like a mosh pit that was empty. So I kind of had to work at getting everybody up there, and slowly got them.
What
all
was
there,
your
and then it
favorite
was full.
dance move that you got going?
Oh, I like to do the
What is that?
body roll.
Oh, the body roll.
That's a good one. And then just getting people to interact, like the hand sways, the clapping, inviting people up, giving them permission, calling out people who are up and be like, thank you so much for dancing. You know, little
You
things
really
like
know
that
how to
really
work a
helpful.
crowd.
I try.
What would you say to a podcaster listening right now? If they're not listening to this on a Monday morning having a Moscow Mule,
On a Monday morning.
bad timing. But if it's like a Monday afternoon,
Don't record on a Monday afternoon.
yeah. I think Sundays or Fridays are going to be out. We were talking yesterday.
It's nice to have a drink.
Yeah,
and
Friday
just-
afternoons.
It just feels like a bit more of a chat than,
Well, it is always a chat, but yeah,
you know?
I
Or just
agree.
more of a social chat.
We went off on a tangent before because we were talking
Low
about
tide
how
over
you
now.
how you like your time. I would love to give you your time because I think I need my time as well. But it's also challenging because we spend so much time apart with you're at work or I'm at work or we're working. So like we both really want that time together. But sometimes even when you're together, you're not in the right headspace to like really love that time.
Together, but when sometimes you're not present. I'm
Yeah,
sure everyone.
sometimes you're
experiences
just
this.
like,
So I would rather stay off my phone whilst we're together, like have dinner together with no phones, watch something together. If
and
you
then tell me to
want,
fuck off and get back
do
on
a
the phone.
podcast if we want. Yeah, and then I can go on my phone later.
I like that. We've never spoken about that.
Yeah, because then you're not really involved in it. You don't have to worry about it. You can just go to sleep.
Yeah, I like that. But I also like if I sneak back into the office. I think that's
When?
good. Well, when you're doing that, I always just thought it was just like a addiction thing. Like but like you know how it's so easy to end up back on social media. You open your
It
phone
is, as
and
well.
next minute you're just like watching TikToks of like
But I'm not
the stuff
really
that-
on TikTok when I'm in bed. I'm actually reading stuff,
yeah.
like mostly Reddit, which
Yeah.
is it's not really social media. It's more like a forum, so you
Yeah.
can kind of learn stuff. It's not just watching stupid videos because
What's the most random thing you've read on Reddit lately?
the most random.
Yeah, like something completely absolutely random.
Oh God.
That would blow my mind.
Oh.
Can you
Put me on the
save stuff
spot.
on Reddit? Because I don't use
No,
Reddit.
I mean, I'm sure you can.
One thing I want to
obviously-
get better at is reading random stuff because I'm so focused on self-help and business and once again awesome, but it's also like I hear the facts that you have or George has or Liam, like a lot of people in my life that have these amazing, interesting things that I'm like, I never give time to that.
Yeah, so Reddit's great because it's so it's a forum, and you have the different home, like there's home, which is the things that you follow, and then there's
So much like Facebook.
well, kind of like Instagram where there's
Yeah.
like the popular page, which is like your explore page, and then there's what you follow,
Yep.
and then there's news as well. So you can swipe between the three, and they're three different feeds.
Yep.
And then they just have, anything that people are liking, it's trending. Like here's a photo of Bernie.
And you're anonymous on it, right?
Yeah, you can be. Yeah. Well, yeah, everybody is anonymous,
That's crazy.
which
Is
is
there a lot of trolls on there like normal social platforms?
not really from
You know
what
how
I've
you-
experienced. Well, I wouldn't say trolls. Like some people, they're more witty.
Yeah, witty.
Or very witty comments.
So they're the intellectual trolls, not the
Right.
ones that are sitting at home in their mum's basement
Exactly.
with fucking...
It's not really like insulting. It's more like just trying to get laughs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's actually not, and people aren't really mean. And if they are, the other Redditors usually call them out and they're like, go home.
Do you get any hate on socials?
My other socials?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day.
What do you think of these people?
It depends.
Fuckers.
Fuckers. Yeah, that's what I think of them. No, it is weird because I think it's a really strange behavior. I think it's dahmer behavior. If you're a troll, you're a dahmer by my standards. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Weird. Like who goes onto someone's page and
Just to
just to throw hate and negativity?
people who are locked in their parents' basements.
Right?
going, "Eh,
Nothing better to do, full of hate. yuck. So I just get the ick from those people. I don't really get offended, especially when they are anonymous. I'm like, you're just a dahmer.
Yeah.
You stay in your lane. Cool. Ignore.
I'm going
Block
to
you.
paraphrase a quote. You'll never get hate from someone doing better than you.
True.
So if you're
It's
wanting
so
to give
true.
us hate, I got nothing to say to you at all.
It's kind of funny.
It's a weird world. I find it.
I find that weird. Like, I find that dahmer behavior when it's an anonymous, that's creepy. But when it's someone who's like not anonymous,
And you can check out who they are.
yeah, I'm like,
And they're like
what
a
are you
mum of
doing?
3 kids, and you're like,
Yeah.
what happened to you that made you so angry today?
So I'm so perplexed by those people. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what gives you the right to come onto my page and give your rude opinion when, yeah, you've got kids, you've got a profile there, I can see what you do for a living. Like, you're just a
'Cause
nasty
no one would
person.
ever say it to your face. If they
No.
did, you just go, fuck off.
Yeah,
Like-
but how weird.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it really shows someone's true colours, because who in their right mind would do that? Like,
Yeah,
purposely mean.
I,
Like, just a
I
mean
disagree.
person.
Just put it in your lad chat or your mates chat and bitch about them in there. Like, if you're going to do
Yeah.
that, I find it so interesting because there's a lot of stuff that I disagree with, or people that I'm like, lame. People probably think that is me, but
But then if you put
I
in,
could not be asked to go on their page and write
I
a
don't-
comment.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I think that's a mental illness.
True. I think so too, in some capacity, or just like severe jealousy or something weird. I only get offended when it's somebody that I kind of know, or
Yeah.
somebody who maybe is in the music industry and says
Yeah.
something negative, because then I kind of want to confront that person and be like, hey, like,
Well, most people
why
don't even
wanna,
know
like,
you. Like,
No, they don't at all. But if you got something to say, come to me and say it. Don't just write a coward comment, you know? But speaking of lad chats, like, I don't agree with that either, because I've had lots of bullying from boys that I know.
Or
who-
it could be a ladette chat as well.
I don't have a lad
I'm not
chat
saying
for
you
the
have a lad. I don't have a lad chat. I got
Mm.
one with Jeremy and Gardy, but that's just our training group.
I think it's weird when people, like, there's this group of bullies I know who are like obsessed with bullying me and Sheppard.
Yeah.
And I just think that's kind of also a mental illness. I think it's fucking weird.
Especially when you're 30.
And it's like 10 years since.
No, we've been out of school a bit longer than that.
Yeah, so I knew these people.
How
at
young
school,
do you think you are
and
now?
you're still obsessed. Like, leave me alone, please. Live your own
It's
life.
all right. If they got to live through you, then.
Well, I guess they're just fans, right? Isn't that
Or
what
a
I'll be
weird
saying?
fan. Like, a fan can be both good and bad.
It's weird. It creeps me out. Anyway,
What was it? Was it John Lennon? A fan killed him?
yeah.
There you go. You got good and bad fans. Fuck. Once again,
Anyway, it is kind of funny.
check yourself.
It is, on some level, it's funny that people still care.
Yeah. Oh,
So it means
Cool.
that they care on some level. So it's also kind of
to be
flattering.
fair, like, if people are talking about you, good or bad, awesome.
That's right. It's great for my engagement. So thank you to the haters. Thank you to the fans. It all works
We love
in my
you
benefit.
all. We should make a haters thing on Patreon. Actually, that would probably hurt me.
No, I don't like to give them energy, but
I was actually listening to something on this the other day, because after those idiots were commenting on your stuff, and the guy was like, "Look, let's just assume that 1 in 10 people is an absolute dickhead and is going to take some time to write a mean comment about you on social media. As you become more successful, or as you become more famous, the amount of, or the groups of 10 that know you could go up to 1,000, 500,000, 1 million, which means you're going to have more vocal idiots in there as well. So
yeah.
once again, they get an echo chamber. They might realize,
But the more that I experience it, the less that I care.
yeah.
Really, it's really funny how,
I
you
wish
get
we
your
had-
first hater and you're like, you get really cut by it and you're like,
oh, some days if I get you at a
them,
weak
fuck
moment though,
them. Yeah.
because some days I'm like, and then other days when I cop some shit, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think as long as you just don't read into it and, like, it's not you, it's them. Like, it's absolutely not you.
I wish we had a Ferrari, but we don't. We've got a VW Beetle. Where
I
we
don't want a
could-
Ferrari. What a
No, but I'm just
wank.
saying, it's like, I'll drive off in my Ferrari. I don't give a fuck. But we don't. We have no money.
Yeah, because I would say we have no money, but
No.
we're not stupid with our money buying Ferraris.
Yeah.
And I don't get off by like driving off in a Ferrari.
No.
You know.
But so a goal for you this week could be getting you some time because you're going to America next week.
Is it next week?
I like 8 days away. You're going back to Nashville. Jealous.
I can't wait.
I love Nashville.
I love
I
Nashville.
love it.
Yeehaw. I can't wait. It's a great city. Emma's coming with me. We're going to be doing some radio tours, so visiting the radio station, saying hi and
Bye.
and bye. No, I'm going to take some Tim Tams. So blue guitar has been played on.
You need to practice your Tim Tam slam. Can you talk? What is a Tim Tam slam?
So Tim Tam slam is all the Aussies would know.
I remember getting Forrest Black to do one.
Yeah,
Oh, that was awesome.
yum. So Tim Tam is an Australian cookie biscuit, we call them. And you bite the
Chocolate-coated.
opposite corner. It's a rectangle, and you bite the opposite corners off, and then you can use it as a straw.
Just
There's-
suck through it.
and then it melts the inside of the cookie,
Oh my
and
goodness.
so it's soft.
Should we do that tonight?
Yeah, but you have to go to the shops to get more ice anyway, so you might as well get a packet
Yeah,
of Tim
well,
Tams.
I've been sitting here strategically working out how we are going to get another drink while we're both recording this podcast. I was thinking maybe you could do a nice 3-minute monologue. I'll go grab a bottle of red.
Monologue. You should have done it while I was talking about haters. I could talk about that all day.
Yeah, well, let's go back. Okay, well, quickly. One thing this week, we're going to Sydney this week.
Yeah, so it's our first anniversary.
Well, hold up. This episode's already
Past that.
our first episode went live on the anniversary. But so, all right, let's share with everyone. I think it's important to share why we've pre-recorded a few episodes
Yeah, okay.
because otherwise people are like, why can't you do it week to week? Which is, I think, what we will do.
Well, yeah, once we get our schedule a bit more intact, at the moment we've got a lot going on. I'm going overseas, so we thought we'd pre-record a few. Just
So we
we've
didn't
got-
miss a week once we started.
Exactly. We want to keep consistent. So we are pre-recording.
We've
at the
pre-recorded
moment.
3. So
Yeah,
after
so
that,
we
it's
don't even
live.
know where we are in time or space. But,
When you're listening to this right now. But yeah, we're heading away for our anniversary, and when
But,
we get back on the Monday, we're coming back on Sunday, it should be episode 1's gone live anyway.
Yeah, okay, cool. Of course, it's live on our anniversary. Anyway, it's our anniversary period.
It's a whole
And
month.
we went to Sydney and it was amazing. We had a really lovely dinner. I spoke at Bodfest and
I went to Bodfest.
You went to Bodfest. So Bodfest is a mini festival of self-love, the first of its kind. And I was on a panel with Izzy Manfredi from The Preachers, or previously from The Preachers. Now she's solo.
She's not with the Preachers anymore.
No, she's
I
doing
used to
solo
love
thing.
the Preachers.
Yeah, but she's like a great songwriter. She's got her own thing going on, so you should check her out because if you like that really cool like Joan Jett rock and roll style, like she's great. Also Moana Hope and
You did a bikini shoot with her, didn't you, or something?
no, that's Moana Bikini, different
Sorry.
entities. Yeah, so anyway, it was great, and then I got to perform 2 songs. I did Kiss My Fat Ass and Blue Guitar acoustically.
Did or you are going to?
I'm
I'm like,
talking
I'm
as if I've already
confused
done-
by your
When-
language now.
By the time people listen to this, it will be done. So
Oh,
I'm just
you're
pretending.
yeah, but you're like putting out the good vibes.
I am.
so
It
to
went
speak.
really,
yeah.
really well.
Nailed it. You got like heaps of jobs from it. Heaps like we're at 10,000 followers already.
You got me the most incredible diamond
No,
bracelet.
that's not happening. You've already got one of the most expensive hands in Australia, and my bank account is still paying for it. But it's worth it. It's a worthwhile
I
investment.
need an eternity ring for the first year.
No, you don't get that. You get an eternity ring when I think you get an eternity ring after 10 years.
Whatever.
You can't just expect everything in 1 year. That's ridiculous. Because then what do you have to look forward to? You get the house, you get the kids, you get all the rings, and then it's
I
like,
don't have kids.
I'm fucking bored with this guy. Let's go to the next one.
No, I actually don't think I need an eternity ring.
Your
I don't
whole
think that I would
finger
have to-
is ginormous. Like that ring.
But I would like a tennis bracelet one day.
Wait, gents, if you're not married yet or engaged, it's actually a really fun, when you find the right jeweler, it can be because for me, I just thought it would be like, oh yeah, I want something like this, do it, awesome. But Hogan from Hogan's Jewelers, give him a plug, he's a good mate, took me on this. We had this whole experience where I was learning about jewelry types of, gold and all that sort of stuff, choosing diamonds, choosing other stones. It was actually quite fun.
Oh, wow. And you chose the, how many emeralds did you look at?
We looked at 9 or 10, and some got sent over, and Hogan was awesome. He's like,
because it's
look,
from
these
Colombia,
look awesome.
right?
Yeah, these look awesome, but there's a few cracks, and obviously emeralds are a softer rock.
They all have inclusions.
Yeah, but he's like, no, I don't think any of them are good enough. So he's like, just give me another 2 weeks to get some more over to look at, and we'll do that. So he was not just trying to get my money, which was awesome, even though he took my money. Dirty dog. So this week we're going to give you some time. A goal for me. Can I give myself a goal? I think a goal for both of us.
Have we even done pet peeves?
No, but I think a pet peeve would be the fact that I don't give you any time. Or do you have another one that you're not happy with for this week? I'm keen to give you some more time because I think it's important.
Well, we haven't done our pet peeves this week. So
all
should
right,
we go
pet
with the
peeves. We've got carried away. Yep. Go. What's your pet peeve? No, actually, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll take it. My pet peeve happened a couple of hours ago. So for your birthday, I said I'd buy you some new shoes. So we went down to the Brisbane city, and I really dislike shopping.
I love shopping.
There's nothing that I enjoy about shopping. Like, I'll either buy things online, and if by chance I have to go into a store, I know exactly what I want. I go in and I buy it, and I get the fuck out of there. When I go shopping with you, the experience is completely...
It's an experience. It's not just...
It's an experience that I'd rather not have.
Not just a quick transaction. Like it's...
Yeah, you're like... I was like, oh, Amy, can we... Come on, please. Like, it's all part of my birthday experience. And I was like... Not in the voucher that I got you.
Yes.
Maybe somewhere else.
Yes, it was.
I didn't see it. Can you cut me some cheese, please, while I'm finishing my pet peeve? So, anyway, we walk into the shops, and Amy's like, how about let's quickly step in at Lush, and we'll have a quick smell of these. And
you liked it.
then we're going,
Lockie. Yeah, okay.
Can you not cut me off, please? So she's like sniffing, and then, this is the last one. I better buy that. So she suckered me in there with we better smell this one. Anyway, then we go into, she's like, do you want to go past the coffee pod shop and get some good coffee pods, or should we just drink the IGA ones? And I was like, IGA. I don't want to go into another store. Then we lined up at Foot Locker. Foot Locker had a line for some weird reason. And after about 3 minutes, my impatience grew, and I was like, fuck it, we're going to Rebel Sport. And her mosey on around is just... Oh, no, jeans. I forgot the jeans. Oh,
okay. Side note, ladies... No. You go. You keep going. I'll come back to that.
Cheese is good. Yeah, you got 6 pairs of jeans, but then, like, watching you just... It's like a sloth. If you Google a YouTube video of a sloth where it's like... slowly... moving to the next branch or trying to chew a leaf, and you're like,
no, it's not like
that's what you're like, looking through fucking jean piles, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you're like 30 or 32 size, whatever, grab them, go try them on, they fit or they don't. You're like,
I'm going to tell you
no, I haven't finished. What do you reckon? And then you're sending me, you can rebut at the end.
Okay, go, hurry up.
This is a court of law.
Most of our listeners right now are female, so come on.
Yeah, they
Give
feel
us your
me.
Case.
But I'm trying to help them understand what their partners are going through.
Okay, go.
It's a serious thing. Anyway, and it's even worse if a shop doesn't have a men's section. And when I say men's section, I mean the nice couches that you sit on just outside of the change rooms where you can read Fox Sports and carry on. That's my favourite spot. But she just mosey on into, then she's like, all right, I'm just going to go try these on. Walks on in, and I'm sitting there for I read 6 articles. So you must have been in there for 10 minutes. And then, hey, can you try this? And all the sizes you were shooting me. Can you get a 30 in this, 31 in this? I walked out and there's 25, 32, 30. You're always off by one. And I was like,
oh, well, welcome to my fucking life.
Oh, I know. I feel for you there. But you could have just jumped on levis.com and ordered online, and we could have saved that whole process. We could have been doing this podcast 5 hours earlier.
So
Am I right, gents? Am I right?
So my pet peeve of the week is shopping with you. Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. So it's my...
Are we shopping breaking up?
So for my birthday... No, we're not.
What?
You will come shopping with me.
I was hoping to get out of it.
If I say.
If I say. Yeah, you're going to say, if you...
No, I actually hate shopping with you.
This is what you're going to say. If you come to shopping with me and hold my 4 pairs of jeans while I go into the change room, I promise tonight we will, and I'll be like, all right, I'm in. I'm coming.
If that's the case, and I want enthusiasm, and I want no complaining.
I'm enthusiastic when I get in the bedroom, not at the shops.
I'm talking about at the shops.
Yeah, no, that's never going to happen.
Well, okay, so shopping with Lockie is so annoying because he wants to get in and out. Like, get it? What do you need? What size are you? Look it up online first. Okay, we're going in and getting it. And that's not what shopping is. Shopping is an enjoyable meant to be an enjoyable experience where you spend your day browsing at shops. You might look at one Nespresso machine shop, get the coffee you want. You just browse on down the mall. That's why malls are invented, to browse the shops.
But that's also why Amazon was invented. So you didn't have to browse the shops.
But it's killing the experience of like...
How good is the experience though? Picture this, right?
Can I just finish? Anyway, okay, what?
The experience, right? Picture this. You've just had a nice warm bubble bath. There's a nice bottle of Pinot Noir on the table. Your favourite show, Dahmer, is playing on Netflix. And you go, I've got 15 minutes. I can just open Amazon on my laptop and purchase my jeans.
No, but you won't let me go on my phone ever.
No, I said laptop, not phone, laptop. And then you go, oh, wow, I just purchased some new jeans. They'll be here tomorrow. Let's watch Dahmer and drink the red wine.
Well, I did that as well.
That's an experience like no other.
Okay, so this is part of the other issue, is that women's clothing sizes range and vary so extensively that you have to try on the jeans. You can't just buy online.
Why do they do that?
Even the same... Okay, so in the change room today, I had 6 or 7 pairs of jeans, and I only had 2. I had Levi's and rollers, and even between... So the roller jeans, I had this style, and I had the dark pair and the light pair, and I wanted the 30... I had the normally I'm a 12, so I think that's a 30. So I grabbed the 30s and...
The dirty 30s.
Anyway, so the dark pair were more stretchy than the light pair, so I needed like 2...
Really? Even just the colour changes the...
Yes.
Oh my God, this is like an education session.
Yeah, even the colour. So you can't just be like, oh, well, I got a pair of the black ones.
Did I tell you I used to wear like... tight, skinny black jeans when I was a skateboarder?
Yeah, who did?
My dad and all his mates used to fucking rip on me.
Aww.
All the chippies. Like no shirt. I'd use a shoelace as a belt and skinny. And I used to be super skinny. Still am to a degree. But some of the photos, I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's so funny.
And they just used to rip into me. And anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so you have to try on like hundreds of jeans to find the right pair. And so that's why it takes so long. And they don't make it easy because they pile jeans up and you have to like find the tag. And
looks like you're milking a cow there.
That's what it feels like. It's a very intricate session when you're buying jeans. Like it's not just an easy, that's my size, cool. Like, and the way they fold them is like you have to like try and keep the fold but look at the tag and you're like,
should we put a complaint into the ACCC?
And then there's a different length as well. So there's like the centimeters, inches this way, and then the inches this way.
That's just
nightmare. Really,
that would turn me off. Wait, it already has turned me off shopping.
So I was trying on from size 11s to size 14s. So how do you know what
it's
size?
It's a sizable project.
Go in and try it. That's not the enjoyable part of shopping.
No, exactly. And
you have to do it.
Yeah, okay. I can understand
Otherwise you
that.
spend... And jeans aren't cheap. Hundreds of dollars. So you need the right pair.
But if you go to Uniqlo, where I shop, cheap as. It's so good. I love Uniqlo. It is the best. I feel like we've been talking for ages, have we?
Yeah,
what's it say on that
probably.
thing? Can you see on the screen?
44 minutes. Nearly 45.
Yeah, well, let's get to the...
So anyway.
What are our goals then? What goals can we set around that? I think they're just pet peeves, but I don't intend to go shopping with you again for a while. Like, I will, but you're going overseas, so it's not something that we will probably do this week. Because we're not doing it in Sydney this weekend.
A little bit more tolerance for each other's fun activities.
Okay. Well, I actually
we can make it, if you go overseas to Paris, for example, it's nice to do
I shopped with you in Paris.
You did.
But see now...
Because it's fun, because then we go and have lunch and then we do
now that we're hashing it out and I'm understanding what you like about it, it's a bit different. I'm still sitting here thinking about what we spoke about at the start of the conversation where you want alone time. Sometimes I'm like, maybe she's just not into our marriage anymore.
A year in and I'm done.
I'm like, you're fucking done. I was like, everyone's like, if your last two, you're doing well. We were like, we've made it to one. Let's start it. No one ever said that. I just made that up. But it's we've started a podcast after one. But yeah, but it's the same because sometimes it's like you got to make a choice between time in the relationship because life's busy. Everyone experiences that. We're no unique couple there. And also making sure you have time for each other.
But also, I think we can find joy in each other's, like, if I come to the sports, like, I like eating and drinking, so I'm happy to sit there and eat chips and drink wine, whatever. If there's wine, I don't drink beer. I'm not coming if it's only beer.
What about Forest Gold?
No, I'm not coming if it's only beer. But if there's wine, I'll be there. Fine, we can make it work. So there's got to be something about shopping that you enjoy and we can incorporate.
Yeah, you drop me at the sports bar.
No, then you're not with me. So have a think about what that is for next week, please.
Well, what could that be?
That's what you got to think about.
But
That's
is
your
there
couple
anything?
goal.
Maybe I could actually focus on finding the comfiest couches so I could start a blog saying, blokes, check out Big W in the city.
Yeah.
The seat there outside is comfy as. I really... Okay. That's a good goal. That's going to really make me work hard. Okay, so my goal to you is you working out how you can make it a more enjoyable experience for me.
Okay. All right.
Imagine this if we then started like a TV show where it was like
a date.
Yeah, like date days with Amy and Lockie shopping.
Date days my way. Something like that.
Something like that. That could be fun. All right, we'll get through this one quickly because we've just chewed the fat heavy.
Yeah, we're up to 47 minutes.
That's crazy. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I was going to talk about how the car broke down last night, but
anyway, that's the story.
Yeah, I was going to go pick you up. I'll give the quick summary. I was going to go pick you and the band up. After the festival. I was on the way just before the tunnel, literally the set of lights before the tunnel. I was 150 meters away from entering the tunnel, and the car starts going beep, 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 and I was like, "Is this in the song that I'm listening to? Like Luke Combs? Have you put something else on the
Remix.
Yeah?" And then I was like, I'm just going to pull into the side street, turn the car off, turn it back on, and see what happens. Pulled into the side street. Trust me, dodgy fucking side street too. I was like, I am not getting out of the car here. Turned it off, and then the car would not start.
And then I had to get a taxi.
And the name is like, oh yeah, just letting you know we're going to drop a few people home. I was like, just letting you know we ain't dropping anyone home. You're going to have to pick me up somehow. Anyway, the car was fucked. So hopefully it gets fixed over the next couple of days.
Or maybe you can buy your Ferrari.
I'm not into Ferraris either. There was a point for me saying Ferraris against the haters. Like it was more just like
I know what you mean.
Big swinging dick move. I would never buy a Ferrari. I'd buy a Land Cruiser 300 series.
Yes.
Or a big
something practical.
Yeah, big ute. Something like that would be fun. No, but a question from Jesse, one of our Instagram followers. So on Instagram now, you'll see in our bio, you can actually click a link there and you can leave questions, topics, or even a story, a funny story that's happened to you in your relationship that
I'd love to tell some stories.
I'd love to tell some stories. So you can put those in there. But question, and we'll do this one very clear and concise and to the point, darling. How do we support each other when we have such demanding and different careers? How do we manage time together and be present?
So I think we kind of touched on this already, and that's just by putting our phones away when we have our time. we really put an importance on when we're together, when we can, having dinner together. I think that's
thing.
it's important for me. And we kind of cook together. So like, it's not like I'm cooking dinner for you.
No.
It's like we do it together in a way, or at least like.
But I'm
Lockie's
dish picking for you.
Lockie's dish pig, but you'll be present when I'm cooking, which is nice. So you'll just be there chatting, and on the other side of the
normally like
table.
stretching or doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, but we like call it quits when we're ready to cook dinner rather than after dinner. So then we can kind of do it together. I think that's always very helpful. I think it's just making time for each other. We're both busy, but sometimes it is a bit of sacrifice, being like, well, no, look, I would love to catch up with my friends. Now I'm going to have a champagne with the girls, but I haven't seen Lockie all week, so I'm going to prioritise my relationship.
Same. I should be watching the footy NRL grand final, but I was like, haven't seen Amy. I feel like we literally haven't had a good amount of time together for a while just because we've been so busy. You've played like 6 shows in a row.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Which
is nuts. And then you're pissing off overseas and we've got so much on. My brother's moving back. Like, it's non-stop.
Yeah. So I think it's just like working out your priorities and...
But we also support each other in our careers because we have a clear idea of where we want to be. Like, kids, we don't want to be in heaps of debt. Like, we know what sort of lifestyle we sort of want as well, but we're also both very ambitious, as Jesse sort of mentioned there. So we support each other. Like, you've never once said, oh, that's a stupid idea, or you can't be doing that. It's just like, go on then.
Yeah, we have the same goal, and we're like, yeah.
And I think we're at a point now, where it's, at some points, I can be selfish and you have to be a bit selfless, and then vice versa. Like, there's this, it's very rare that there's a 50% balance in the relationship. Like, sometimes it's more, we're focusing on what you're doing and I can, help out where I can, and vice versa. If, remember when back before COVID and I've got workshops coming up, like you'd make the quiches and all that sort of stuff for that sort of stuff as well. Or if I'm doing late night calls, you generally cook by yourself, etc.
Yeah.
So I think it's, you don't do things with expecting something in return.
Yeah, and just like letting go of resent as well where you can. Like,
do you ever resent me?
Only when you make me get off my phone at night.
I can live with that. But that's, I think it's, and even, one of the reasons why we wanted to do this podcast as well is it's fun having these conversations, because even though we're talking crap and everything like that, you do get to learn other things. Because generally when people say things, part of it's meaningful, even if it's in a joking way. It's like, well, maybe you do actually want time by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Even though you said you did. So do I.
Yeah, who doesn't? But Anyway, we'll work it out.
So we do have Patreon, and one of the cool things for our Patreon members is we're going to have bonus content episodes every fortnight. This bonus episode content is going to be, Amy and I are going to come at each other preloaded, so we won't know what we're going to say, but it's going to be based around things you can say in the bedroom and in the gym.
I've already thought of a few. So make sure you tune in, join our Patreon.
I'm so excited for it.
Here we go.
I hope it doesn't get me all sweaty.
I hope it doesn't either.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you did get a bit of enjoyment or learn something during this one, make sure you hit follow, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.